All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is sort of an important little lesson here. It's not going to be extremely long or extremely complicated or complex. It's going to be straightforward and to the point. If you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and do it right now. Just get it out the way. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and get it out the way and do it now. I really appreciate that. Y'all saw the title. Jesus was not Jewish. I keep hearing this over and over and over again. You got people arguing, he's Jewish. He was not Jewish. You have to stop saying that. So let's get straight to it. This is called the Strong's Concordance with Hebrew and Greek lexicons. It's from Elijah Ministries. You can go on your Google and type in Strong's Concordance and it should pop up. And we're going to make this very, very simple. We're going to go by what the Bible says, not my thoughts, not my quote unquote opinion. So watch this. Some of y'all don't even realize this. Watch this here. I'm going to type in here Jewish. Jewish occurs one time in one verse in the King James Version of the Bible. It only appears in the Bible one time. Think about that. Think how many books are in the Bible. What is it, 66 books in the standard King James Version? I know they took out the Apocrypha, but it occurs only once, that word, all throughout. Think about it. All the way from Genesis to Revelation, Jewish only occurs one time. I've heard things like Abraham was Jewish, which is insane because there were no quote unquote Jews or Judah when Abraham walked the earth. I hear things like Moses was Jewish. That's a lie. He was a Levite. This is word magic they're using on you guys. Now let's check out where the occurrence is of the word Jewish. All right, so this is Titus 1:14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Wow. Let me break that down. The word Jewish occurs one time. And ironically, it says fables, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. So the one time that Jewish is mentioned in the King James Version, it's alluding to fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Now, what's a commandment of men? How does that apply to today's time? Racism, that's a commandment of men. Anti-Semitism, that's a commandment of men. You can't vote for Trump if you're black. That's a commandment of men. Things like that, guys. Jesus was not Jewish. Okay? Let's look at another word. Israeli. Were there any Israelis in the Bible? Let's see. Israeli occurs zero time and zero verse in the King James Version. There were no Israelis. It's a myth, guys. It's fake. It's not in there. It's not in there. Jesus wasn't Jewish. He wasn't an Israeli. He wasn't a Palestinian. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. That's not the same thing. If you think Jesus, your Lord and Savior, was Ben Shapiro, you're out of your mind, guys. If you think he was the spirit of Netanyahu or walking around here like a Netanyahu, you're out of your mind, guys. You're out of your mind. You got to quit saying it. He wasn't a Muslim. Jesus wasn't a Muslim. There were no Muslims in the Bible. Let's look at Muslim. Muslim. Zero times, zero verses in the King James Version of the Bible. There were no Muslims running around during this time frame. As a matter of fact, Islam was started like 700 years after the death of Christ. Okay? After the death and resurrection of Christ. No Muslims. I don't care how you try to flip it, twist it, spin it around, word magic me to death. It's not there, guys. I'm going to even break some backs with the Catholics. Catholic. There are no Catholics in the Bible, guys. No Catholics. No Catholics. No Catholics. Let's check this out real quick. I'm going to give you one quick little thing here I'm going to show y'all. Now, everybody talks about Israel these days, right? So what we're going to do here, give you a quick little history lesson. Anybody knows about the origin of Israel? The patrilineal lineage of Israel is Abraham and Isaac, and then came Jacob. And then Jacob's name was later turned to Israel when he wrestled with God, wrestled with the angel of God. Okay, Jacob's name turned to Israel. Okay, let me show y'all that real quick too. Let me show y'all before we go forward. I'm going to show you the first time that word appears. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince has thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed. So Jacob's name was changed to Israel. It's similar to Abram. Abram's name was changed to Abraham. But here's one thing that people don't realize. We never talk about this. You have to understand that Jacob, Israel, has a twin brother. He has a fraternal twin brother. Jacob has a fraternal twin brother. And we're going to read some of that story right now, okay? Let's go to Genesis 25 here. And we're going to kind of go through the whole story. So here's Isaac's sons. Like I said, Abraham, Isaac, then came Jacob, okay, and Esau. Now watch this. We start at Genesis 25 and 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram. I can't say that word. The sister to Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So basically what happened was he was married to Rebekah and she couldn't get pregnant. She was barren. Okay. So Isaac was like, Lord, please, why can't my wife get pregnant? And then finally she got pregnant. The Lord heard his prayers. So while she was pregnant, let's read Genesis 25 and 22 here. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So right here we can see that she's pregnant with twins, because it says the children struggled together within her. So she was pregnant with twins and she was having a rough pregnancy. And she was saying, well, if I'm pregnant, this is good. Why am I having such a rough pregnancy? And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder, keep this in mind, the elder shall serve the younger. So whatever child comes out first will end up serving the younger brother. Check it out. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Like I said earlier, she was pregnant with twins, just like she had received from God. She was pregnant with twins. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Jacob's twin brother is named Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. If you talk to a rabbi, they'll tell you that Esau I've heard all kinds of stories. This is how you know there's a lion there somewhere, because I've heard all kinds of stories about Esau. I've heard them say Esau was the Palestinians. I heard people say Esau is like the Arabs. Arabs are not East Edomites. Arabs come from, I don't want to say Arabs particularly, but Islam, I guess you can call them Arabs for the sake of the conversation here, but they come from Ishmael. They're Ishmaelites. They come from Ishmael. Matter of fact, it's here in Genesis 25 and 12. These are the generations of Ishmael. Okay, that's where Islam comes from, Ishmael. Muhammad was from Ishmael. But if you talk to a Jewish rabbi or something like that, they'll tell you that Esau is the Palestinians, things like that. But now it's coming out that Jewish and Judaism believe that Esau is Rome or Christianity or America or the West. Jewish rabbis teach that Edom is America, the West, Europe, Christianity, things like that, which is not true. That's absolutely not true. Okay? Do you know who else was an Edomite? Herod. Do y'all know who Herod is? Herod was the governor, basically, of Judea during the time of Jesus. Herod. Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east. So Herod was an Edomite. The Edomites had governance over Judea during the time of Christ. Okay? He was an Edomite. Herod the Great. Look it up. We're not going to get too deep into it, but Herod was an Edomite. Right? And they had taken control over the priesthood. They were acting like they were the original Israelites. They were in control of the temple, all that good stuff, guys. Just like today in America. Y'all can look this stuff up on your own. Herod was an Edomite. Benjamin Netanyahu was an Edomite, guys. All right. I'm going to show y'all one more thing and I'm going to get out of here. Judaism. It's not in the Bible, guys. There's no Judaism. Okay. The Old Testament is not Judaism. It's not Judaism. That's something completely different. Now, they have the right to do whatever they want to do. I'm not telling you to do this or do that. If you want to worship Judaism and do it, but it's not in the Bible. Catholics not in the Bible. Muslims not in the Bible. Jewish only appears one time in the Bible. So stop saying that Jesus was Jewish. Stop saying the Jewish people were in the desert with Moses. There were no Jewish people in the desert. Ain't no ish. God is. There is no in between with God. It's on or off. It's either it is. It just is. I am that I am. It is. It's not ish. It's not kind of. It's not maybe. It's not sort of. There's no ishes. So that's all I wanted to say. Quit saying that, guys. Quit believing that. That's bull crap. It's a deception. It's a lie. It's a fable. It's a fable. It's a Jewish fable that turned from the truth. With that being said, love y'all. I love every soul created. My advice for everyone, follow God, follow Christ, follow the truth, and you won't lose. I'll see y'all next time.